Hope everybody's having a good one. Everybody's staying safe through all this crazy weather we've been seeing. I seen Joy was in here, said hi from Indiana. I'm in Indiana too. You could just simply go to the weather or the weather advisory, like level 1, 2, and 3 emergency snow level stuff. Indiana map, you can see the variation of what is actually going on. It's kind of crazy. I live in a county right now. We're actually not on a level 3, one of the very few, but we're experiencing some pretty good stuff. We got about, oh gosh, if I had to guess, probably about 10 inches of snow out there, at least. Maybe a little bit of ice in between that, but it is kind of crazy. But yeah. So anyway, guys, yeah, I haven't been here for a couple days. Just had some, well, yeah, I'm just gonna say that. I'll leave that alone. But been working on some graphics and stuff too, just while I've been doing this. But anyway, let me say hi to everybody, and we'll get going here, okay? Tanya, Muse, Dennis, Muse, thanks for being here. Oh, by the way, I did get your email. Also, guys, if your name wasn't on that list there on the intro, excuse me, I haven't looked at my PayPal in about, I don't know, a couple days, I think, like 2 days. Once I do, obviously that list will update. I did update it from the one previous to that, but I just want to make sure you guys know that. I love to give you guys, recognition when you guys do support me like that. It's something that's never expected. It's always appreciated at levels you just don't even understand. Well, you probably can understand, just, you know what I mean, guys. But anyway, so we'll move on. But Muse, thanks for being here. Dennis, Crazy Granny, Tommy, Natalia. I'm going to kind of just graze through here, guys. Michael, Mario, Crazy, John, Darcy. Too old for this. Ain't we all? That's a great name. Rebecca V, what's up? But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. I am going to hide the chat for right now. I want to get to the information here and let you guys see what's up, and we will go from there. All right, so just hold on there, guys. We'll get going here. But yeah. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with this, and we'll see what we got. I guess we'll start here with the Schumann, and just see what you guys think about this. Yeah. So yeah, we got a little spiking going on here. It's a little bit of, whatever you want to call it. Who knows where that's coming from, guys? This is something I've been noticing, though. Just let me say this. The last few times we've been getting these spikes, if you go back 2 or 3 days, you can see a consistent uptick in the intensity of these. And nobody but me is actually talking about that. I'm not sure if they just haven't noticed it or not. But you can definitely see like a consistent, very methodic looking uptick. You're asking what time, Matthew? That would be around, I don't know, between 2 and 3. This is Russia time, I believe. I'm not sure if this is UTC down here or not. This is the Russian tool. There's bunches of tools. That's why I don't even worry about getting the time on it, because I don't really, I just worry about the day, because if it's the day, and then if I really want to know, I'll go back and look exactly what time it is. I think I can't remember exactly if you're on Eastern time, what the difference is. I think it's like 8 or 9 hours or something with this tool, not with UTC. But again, that is a very methodic looking uptick. So I don't know. Oh, you're welcome. I don't know what's causing that, but it looks to be, like I said, when we see those methodic things, typically what we look for is either a man-made something caused this, or a specific position of us facing Earth, right? whether we're facing the sun at these times, whether we're facing something at these exact times every day. And that's kind of what we look for. If you look, they probably happen right around the same time every day, and they are. Okay? They're starting about the same time every day. So to me, if that's going on, typically it has something to do with our rotational position and whatever we're being affected by, most likely the sun. That would be what I would say. You know, whether it is or not, it could be something local too. There's local stuff there too. So yeah. But yeah, so you got all this stuff in here, and again, I don't know exactly what would be causing this, but who does ever know exactly, you know? And I think that's where a lot of us fall into that aspect where we you know, we kind of got a really good grasp on what we think is going on. And then all of a sudden something will happen and be like, man, you really didn't know, did you? And that's why I think it's a mistake when somebody tries to say they have all the answers. And unfortunately, and to be honest with you guys, that's why I've backed off of doing videos for a couple days. Well, I've been kind of slowing down for about 2 weeks now, because I'm seeing so much of it, and it's really upsetting me to the point where I'm ready to snap at some level, because some of the stuff that I'm hearing is just completely ridiculous, and I just choose not to talk about it, and you guys know that, and I won't talk about it. But when I start getting a bunch of emails, I will address the ideas behind it, which we will do here in a few minutes on some things. But I have no intentions, or never will mention anybody's channel name or anything like that. That's not why I do this at all. Because I made mistakes in the past, and I know everybody else can make mistakes. And you know, it's my job to kind of at least try to correct where I think there's an error. I can still be wrong on anything I say too, so that's the other reason why I don't. But I choose no drama, so we'll just leave it at that. So yeah, so we'll just go ahead and we'll take a look at the space weather stuff real quick. Space Weather Prediction Center. We'll take a look at this real quick, and this is where we're going to talk about the what the heck is that? Anyway, what we'll talk about here is the CME that actually, you know, I think that's probably pretty much what grazed us, is what's causing this geomagnetic activity here. There was a small chance that CME that fired off on the 12th was going to graze us, and it kind of looks like that's what's happened. Okay, none of this was predicted on any model that I seen. So and there was, you know, when we first talked about that CME that fired off on the 12th, and I guess I could show it to you real quick. Do I still have it up? Let me see. I don't think I have it up. Hold on a second. This one here. This is the NASA model, and there was a slight chance that this CME was going to graze us, and right now would be about that time. If you track this back to the time that it fired off, so I don't think that this unexpected uptick in geomagnetism is anything other than this right here. I think that's what happened. This was a pretty large CME, as far as size. Hard to tell how kind of intense it is, because once this model shows something, it doesn't update. It just continually shows that until until it decides it wants to show another CME. That happens. But as far as if that was coming at us, you know, obviously I told you guys by looking at it, by what I was seeing, what everybody else was talking about, it wasn't going to hit us, and it really didn't hit us. It looked like it might have, you know, if you look at this and you get down into it, you can see where it could pop. If it was off just a little bit, you know, like this model in the direction of it, it could graze us. Now, when I showed you guys this, where it fired off at, it was behind the limb of the sun. In other words, it would actually, would have to kind of spread out a little bit for us to catch a graze from that. And I think that's probably what happened. Regardless of what happened there, we are getting an uptick in geomagnetism. And that is what it is. So, we can talk about that till the day's end, but, are we going to get into storm level? I don't know. I don't think so. It looks like we've kind of peaked out. I think what's going to happen, you're going to see a slow tick here. We could, but at the end of the day, is what it is, Nothing big there, though, okay? What will we see on this? Increased Aurora, which we are. And if you go down here and you look at spaceweather.com, they're actually talking about cracks, minor cracks. That's kind of what they thought it was going on here. I think it's probably a combination of both. There's always cracks in our magnetosphere, guys, in our magnetic field. Okay? They're always there. It's not a complete solid shield. That's a false way of thinking at this. You can even go as far as go down to where the South Atlantic anomaly is and all that. I mean, things fluctuate. It's not a consistent protection. Things do change, and certain things, when they hit us at certain angles, will hit these cracks at certain ways, and sometimes it'll let auroras show up in places they weren't expecting. Hey MJ, what's up? What's up, Sid? Good to see you guys. I think I've seen 636 in there too. Who else did I miss? Good to see you, 636. Susan, Doug, Mary, Jesse, Kinley, what's up? So yeah, guys. So don't go way out there when they start thinking about really bad stuff. If you're hearing cracks in the magnetic field, they're always there. They always have been. Hey Bob, what's up, bud? Hey Wayne, what's up, man? You guys need to check out Wayne's channel. Watch with Wayne. Wayne, you can put your here. Let me do this real quick. You can put your link down there, man, if you want. You guys can go check out. He shows a lot of live streams, and it talks about a lot of good stuff over there, guys. Good people over there. He does a great job. So go check him out. He's a Canuck, like my Canadian friends. Him and Axe and everybody else. Hey, Hilly, what's up? Roy Rush. Yep, good. Throw your link in there, man, whenever you want. No biggie. But yeah, so again, guys, we'll go over here to the Auroras here in a second and we'll check it out. But actually, I'm not sure if I even have that one up, do I? Nope, I don't. Let me go get the Aurora map out. I don't know why I didn't have that out, but okay, whatever. We'll just leave it at that, huh? So yeah, so here's your Aurora. That's your Aurora forecast there. And again, this thing is fluctuating a little bit. It's, when I was looking at this earlier today, I was watching it, and none of this was really following the predictions. And we seen this kind of start dying off. You seen a little, jumping around a little bit. Whatever, we get that, right? But then it did, then it started to increase and stayed consistent. So to me, that's not like a quick little blast of whatever. So that to me is more of a, something that would come from the sun. That's probably when that, and it's lining up right when that CME fired off, about the time you would expect it to be here. So I do think it is a grazing of that. I don't know if that is exactly what it is, but I would be interested to. I would almost guess that's probably what it is. But we've also had coronal holes opening up too in places and just all over the place. We've had a lot of bigger coronal holes show up. So, that is what it is too. But as far as all this, you can see here, right there, it's not storm level. It's just a KP of 4. And again, even if we get into storm level, it's not going to be any kind of big deal. Okay, you might see an uptick in earthquakes. You might see an uptick in auroras, like we already showed that to you. Something else, the X-ray here flux is kind of you know, spiking around a little bit. Typically that means sunspot activity. And we'll take a look at that here in just a second. But yeah, so, you know, that is what it is. And yeah, so let's I guess we'll yeah, I guess we can take a look at the solar wind real quick. Oh, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Don't know what happened there. Let's push the wrong button or something. Anyway, let me get it back to where we need to be. Oh, there we go. Or maybe that one. This one, maybe? There it is. Yeah, I hate stupid hotkeys. Sometimes I'll push the wrong one. Cancel that. What the heck is going on with that? I don't even know what happened there, guys. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? You're trying to use hotkeys and stuff, and you hit the wrong button, and it just throws you all over the place. Especially when you're kind of doing something a little different. I'm just trying to add a little extra graphic, add a little fun. And, yeah, sometimes it jacks it all up. But anyway, we'll move on. But this is I want to show you guys this, because this is definitely something that is better to use. This is Discover, okay? And let me explain why I'm using this one real quick. Nibby suggested it, number one, and it was he suggested using that, and he explained why to me, and this is why. And let me show you why. This is what I usually show you guys. Okay, this is ACE data and ACE data only. Okay, and you can see now this is basically the older data collection. Okay, this is really what they used to use, and I guess Discover was launched a couple years back, I believe. And what we're seeing here, when we go over here and we look at the Discover, this is actually, now they're using ACE, I think, as a backup in case Discover's down. But you can see the sources that it's using right here. ACE, Discover, WSA, Enlil. Okay, so, and also something else that's nice about it, and this is the exact same data points that we're looking for, it gives you a number. You don't have to sit here and try to guess of where you're at on the graph. So it definitely makes it a lot easier. So, you know, we'll take a look at this one from now on, because it's giving us the same stuff. It's just giving us a more accurate level, I think. So if we look at this, you know, we can go over here and look where we're at now. And, you know, if you look at the numbers going down through there, solar wind's kind of, you know, where it should be. But you look at your density, and I think this is where we're getting our little uptick at. Okay, you're looking at 18.57 on your density, which is higher than normal, I should say. Also, you guys hear me talk about the phi angle, right? The polarity of the solar wind. This is something else that this one does that the other one didn't. It shows you when it's in positive and negative polarities, and it shows you when it's jumping around. So when you're seeing it jump negative to positive really, really quick over here, that would indicate, you know, CME activity, help indicate that anyway, because it means things are coming in a way that's not so consistent, and it would be jumping around. And that's kind of what you're seeing there. Now, outside of a grazing from a CME, you could see this do this anyway. It does it like this sometimes anyway, and we'll see it on our magnetic field just popping around all over the place. So I do like this one better. I hope you guys do too. It is definitely something easier to look at, and it gives us a more direct, exact number of what we're looking, and we can just simply go back and forth. Matter of fact, let me anybody who wants to check that out on their own, I'm going to put it right there. You guys go check that out, okay? It's there in the live chat. Just keep the link on your desktop or throw in a folder or something, and whenever you want to go look at it, you can. And that's what I would suggest. Also, let me show you guys this real quick, too. Anytime you go to Space Weather Prediction Center, anything that you're looking at on NOAA, if you scroll down all the way, you'll come to this, okay? And you'll see products and data. If you guys look at that, there is a crap ton of models here that you can look at. And I want you guys to go look at the things. I do. I don't want you guys to take my word for it. Just go look at them. You know, and just try to understand, because you'll anybody that's been watching me for a minute, you're probably going to understand these quite easily, I would say. But you know, those that are new or just now getting into this is a good way to learn, because you guys can, just like I said, when you go over here, like I just brought you over here, right, to discover. If you go down here, it'll tell you exactly what this thing is showing you. You guys can read it. You can research it. You can go. It gives you other, you know, supporting links and other things to go look at, things that are related. It's a really good thing. So if you're really trying to learn and you know, understand it for yourself at a level that's just other than just, you know, I want to know the information. You really want to know where the information comes from and why it's doing what it's doing. I highly suggest doing that. Coming down through here and just looking at these links, because you're going to get some good ones, and you're going to get some that are probably older too. You know, like this one. Okay, that's still going to be there, but you know, it's still data. It's still a learning process. So yeah, guys. And so let me. Hey Scott, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? I hit you up yesterday, man. Didn't see a text. And you might have. I haven't looked at my phone. Been just kind of sitting back. Yeah, 636 Mark Pyers is awesome, guys. So just, yes, please. Please, please, please. Go check out Mark, okay? Please. So, anyway, as you're checking this out, Scott's going to be getting back to doing some videos too, guys. So, you know, I've been hoping he's going to come back here quicker, but he's dealing with stuff, guys. So just understand, please understand. But here is the magnetopause models right now. These things are doing some crazy looking stuff. These are the newer models too, okay? And these, I've not seen these do this like this before. It's some of the stuff it's doing is really strange. You're seeing, you know, when you see up here, guys, you see the negative and the positive. That's basically showing you polarity, but it's showing you the direction that that wind is traveling. Okay, the solar wind. Yeah, I know, man. I hate to hear that, man. But anyway, as you can see this, you know, you see the blue, obviously that means that it's positive and it's moving actually towards the sun. The stuff that's in the negative is actually moving away from the sun here, and you know, so when you see these things just jumping around back here like this, it's not usually what we see. And what's even a little bit more strange is that you're not really seeing much of a change outside of our bow shock out here. There's nothing much going on out here. Usually when this stuff over here starts, you know, getting all kinds of crazy messed up, usually we're getting hit in the front really, really good. And that's not the case here. We are getting geomagnetism, but it's not really showing an uptick in wind or density. Okay, and let me say this again. I have to say this because I've been getting emails on this again. There's people out there saying that the bow shock was down. It's real thin, it's real thick, it's this and it's that. The bow shock is simply nothing other than the point where the solar wind hits our magnetic field. That is it. That is all that it is. This does not show you bow shock. This shows you density. So if the density is the same on the left side of the bow shock as it is on the right, it's going to look like it's not there. The bow shock is there. Rest assured. Okay? And let me, you know, I've said that 1,000 times now, and I really hoped I wouldn't have to say it anymore, but there's still people out there talking about that on their channels. It's like, what are they doing? But anyway, you know, again, this is showing you speed. That's it. Speed. That's it. Solar wind. That is it. So if the speed's the same on the left side of the bow shock or in front of the bow shock as it is behind, it's gonna show up on the graph this way. This doesn't, nowhere does this say bow shock. Yes, sometimes we can see our bow shock being represented by difference of speed and density. But when the density is the same on both sides, it's going to look like it's not there, but it is. Okay, so just saying. I just wanted to clear that up again. But this is something, you know, guys, we're getting lots of pressure. It is just, and once again, nothing really. We're not really seeing a whole lot of change out in front first. But we do know we're getting geomagnetism. You know, we can tell that by the KP level. So, you know, I guess it doesn't have to be extreme or anything. But again, I have to say, this is a lot of activity back here. And it is definitely moving around. So, and it's moving around in ways that you know, you can actually see, if you watch up here, you can see the density actually whip over and smack the back side of us. Watch. It's going to happen about right there. See that? And it does it again. So, you know what? I don't have a real good answer for you on that one, guys. If anybody wants to know. See that? Bam. Bam. I mean, I can go back and forth. It's like me pounding my head against the wall. Right? Bam, bam, bam. So, wham, wham, wham. Just saying. Just saying. So, yeah. So, let's I just wanted to show you guys that, because this is what I would expect to see with the grazing from a CME. And I do think that that's kind of what we're seeing, but I wouldn't expect to see all this haphazard mess back here. That's what I'll say to that. So I don't really know where else to go with that. So yeah. So let's go check out let's go check out the geoelectric field model. Oh, give me a second, guys. Sorry. Let's go here. Let's just go here. All right. So we got geoelectric field here, and let me push play here. So what do we got? We've got just a little bit of geomagnetism, you know, and we're going to see this uptick because, again, right there, okay, that's definitely some higher activity. I just have to say, guys, all right, I don't know what else to say there. It is what it is, you know. So that's coming in from, you know, geomagnetism. But yeah, I'm gonna have to buzz through this, guys, because I gotta go shovel because my wife's gotta go to work. Just so you know. Let me. I do want to show you guys these. There's a lot of near Earth objects right now, and you know, so that's what we'll do here. I'll show you guys this real quick. I'm sorry, but I forgot what time it was. Daggone it. But yeah, so there is I just want to show you that. So, oh, no picture. Huh. All right, there it is. Okay, yeah, stupid thing. Anyway, geomagnetism here, guys. Geoelectric field. Okay, this is space weather's effect on our electrical grid and or unnatural electrical components, and we are seeing an uptick here. And don't forget that we got a lot of power outages due to the snowstorm too. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to do that. I got kind of in a rush there because my wife's got to go to work. Sorry. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys this. I probably should have waited till she went to work to do this live stream. Anyway, sorry. It's going to feel a little rushed, the rest of this. I apologize. Anyway, so you got that, and here's SDO. This is what we got right now as far as on the sun. I'm just going to push pause. There is some activity going on around here. You can see kind of on the limbs there. It looks like some of the filaments might be rising up, getting ready to come off. You know, here's again, the near Earth objects. Yeah, exactly, Sid. Honeydew list. But again, here's the near Earth objects, and again, guys, let me stress this again. There is absolutely no way they're going to catch all these. Okay, and I see a lot of people making a big deal about these near Earth objects sometimes, but they fail to go over here and look at the size. Okay, a 2 diameter rock, if it makes it into our atmosphere, me and you are not even going to know it. Just saying. You know, all the ones that they miss, look how small they are, typically. Okay, there's a few of these that, like I said, they weren't on here and they didn't see them until they actually passed us, which is whatever, who cares? They're small, number one. Number two, there's like three observatories looking for these things, and that's it. I mean, what do you expect? So, you know, I just don't like to, you know, browse through YouTube and seeing people, oh my gosh, near Earth objects were missed, da 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 da. Yeah, it needs addressed. It needs addressed in a way that needs to be funded in a way that it can be looked at a lot more. And that's exactly what's not happening. There was a observatory that got shut down. Well, they got defunded back in 2014, I think, 13 or 14. That was helping with this, and it's no longer there. They don't have the funds to do it. So there you go. I mean, what do you expect? But when you see these and they report these things and they're this small, you got to understand that those things that are 2, 7, 3, and 4 aren't going to do much. Yes, the speed has something to do with everything, all that and all this, but let's face it. The ones that we really want to pay attention to is down here. You see this? 1,024. Now that one's 34.4 lunar distance away. That is far away. But if you see one of these and you see a reading of 0.4 lunar distance, that's when you're like, maybe we need to look at that one. So, because that would be something that would be like concerning. Okay, that's all. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that none of this has anything other than anything else. You know, I'm just trying to help everybody understand that sometimes what we look at and we see something that's real close, we automatically think it could really damage us, and it really wouldn't. Okay, things that are 2 diameters in size are not going to do nothing to us. You might see a little spark fart out in space if you're looking up at the exact right time. So that's what I would say. Let's see here. So we got the sun here, and there are no sunspots. So that is what it is too. And again, this is something we kind of expect going into the newer solar cycles. But even this is kind of, you know, the solar cycle itself is acting kind of funny. And there's been a lot of people talking about this. And, you know, I'm going to wait a while before I really dig into that, because I think there's a lot more information that we need to look at before we start making big time claims on what's going on there. I don't think that we need to just jump out here and say, oh gosh, you know, why did we go back into solar minimum? Well, maybe we never really fully came out of it. And I think, you know, early on in the new sun cycle, we can expect a little bit of jumping around anyway. But I do think what we're seeing here is a little bit abnormal. But, you know, who's to say? You know, we only got so much recorded data. We can only go back so far. So who knows what it did, you know, however many thousands of years ago. Nobody was here to physically write it down. Or if they were, they didn't. They didn't have the technology or whatever. But we just don't have that data to really compare. So I think that we got some pretty good historic data, but at you know, at the end of the day, we didn't have what we have up there now to look at. So, do the models not update because the data is incorrect, meaning the predictive models being generated by the computers are the best they can do beforehand? No, I don't think that's the case. All the model is going to do is take it. The models will have, like, what I call, it's probably not the right word for it, over under. It basically, it's going to give you a percentage of how much it's going how much it could either be incorrect or how much it could be correct. And you know, when we're looking at some of the models, some of that stuff is built into them. But a model is going to do nothing more than what we tell it to do. You know, you can put whatever you want into whatever model. Whatever parameter you put in there, that model's going to follow. It can't think. So it's going to take whatever data we're going to put into it, and then it's going to shoot us out what it thinks would happen if that data was what actually happened. So that's what we're looking at when we're looking at models. That goes through this. That's a great question. That goes through all this stuff. You guys think that's a picture? No. That's a model. Okay? It's simple as that. That's a computer-generated image. It's something that they got data for, and they put this visual on it to help us understand visually. That's why they do this. To get a visual representation of the data. So, you know, and this can do whatever data we put into it, it'll show us that. So, that's what I would say. But yeah, so you got Glasgow C2, C3 right there. There's no like CMEs happening right now. At least that right there was on the 13th. Okay, this has an update. I didn't update that. That was on the 3rd. That's the one that's probably grazing us now. We can update this one real quick. Let that update for a second. While it's doing that, check out the earthquakes. Now, guys, listen. This right here is where I get kind of concerned a little bit because I don't like big earthquakes. It's just, they're not good, okay? We all know we had the couple 7s in a week's time frame. We're still getting big ones, okay? 5s, 4, high 4s, into the 6s sometimes, 7s. We've had 2 7s in a week. And, it's not like unheard of or nothing like that, but that's pretty good stuff. So, and you're looking at that, and that's a 5.0 there. That's a 5.3 there in Japan. This up here, don't be too concerned about this up here either. I know it looks out of place, but remember we had a bigger one. It was like a 6.4 about a month ago here, and it's still shaking over here a little bit, okay? I know it looks way out of place, and it is. We don't typically see a whole lot of big activity over there, but we are there. So, that there's a 5.1. And then, of course, down here, we're still swarming after that big one. Okay? And, then we had one up here in Canada. It was like a 4.4. I mean, we've been having some crazy activity going on. So, I'll just leave it at that. But, yeah. So, here is the Glasgow C2. It's our perspective. This is on the Soho Observatory. It sits out in front of the Earth, always looking at the sun. Okay? It's closer to the sun than what the Earth is. Not by much, but it is out there a little bit. And it orbits with the Earth around the sun. Looking at the sun all the time. So, well, it can be turned, but most of the time that's what it's doing. Now, as we look at this, we can see that there's not much going on. There is a little bit of puffing going on here, but not a whole lot, guys. I just have to say. But I do think what we're seeing... Well, I guess I already took it off of there. Let's go here. What we're seeing here, I do think is probably a grazing from that CME that happened. Where did I have it at? Here, back on the 12th. Okay, and I don't really know what else to say there, guys. It is definitely something that I can't say 100% whether that's what's going on, but it does look to be that way. So regardless, it's not a big deal either direction, because they did give us like a 30% chance of giving us a grazing, I think, is what the prediction was. And they didn't say it was going to like full on blast us, but it is what it is, But I just wanted to stop in for a minute, guys, and give you guys a little bit of an update. I know I haven't been out here for a minute. I've got stuff going on too in my life, and just trying to handle some things, and that's what's been going on. It's nothing other than that, okay? So don't nobody worry about me. Thanks for all the emails and stuff that I do see. I do appreciate that. So, yeah. I appreciate you guys. Thanks, 636. Appreciate that, man. Safety to all you guys, okay? But anyway, as you got this, guys, you guys got... I want to point this out one more time. This was a methodic uptick. And then we're going to get off of here, okay? You can see where it happened at the same time each day started, anyway, and it progressively got stronger. Now I'm going to be interested to see what tomorrow brings, and then the next day after, and all that. MJ Mama, good to see you. Hilly, what's up, man? Muse, sorry I've been too attentive to the chat in there, guys. I just been trying to get through this here real quick. But, yeah. Muse, thanks for being here. But I do think this is interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on this and see what's going on. Guys, go look at all those links I showed you. Go to Space Weather Prediction Center. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You will see tons of links, okay? Just go check them out. You know, that's how everybody has to start. I really do think that. So, I love you guys. God bless you. Yahusha saves, and stay warm. And you can drink this Kool-Aid.